But this is what I always think is funny. I always think it's funny when someone walks up to me or my wife and they'll make a statement like this. And this happens pretty much every year. They'll say, you know my grandmother who's not saved? And I'm like, yeah. You know, she thinks we're in a cult? Yeah. You know, we've been praying for her to get saved. She thinks we're in a cult. She doesn't really understand the Bible. And I finally talked her into coming to church. I'm like, oh, praise the Lord. Yeah, I'm bringing her on the Friday night of the Red Hot Preaching Conference. And they're excited. And I'm like, why? Why? Unless your grandmother is a secret listener of the new IFB. And then here's what happens. You know, Pastor Shelley gets up and preaches some radical sermon. Pastor Anderson gets up and preaches some radical sermon. Pastor Mejia gets up and preaches some radical sermon. Grandma leaves offended, and they're like, oh, I don't know what happened. And I'm thinking, really? You really don't know what happened? I don't think I'm that smart, but I think, you know, you can't process this? Bringing your neighbor you've been praying for the last 2 years to get saved, who thinks you're a little odd, to the Red Hot Preaching Conference may not be a good idea. And then they walk out offended, and you're like, I don't know what happened. I was like, I know what happened. You're an idiot. That's what happened. You say, well, who should I, when my grandmother or my aunt, who I've been praying for years to come, and she thinks I'm in a cult, and she finally agreed to come, when do you think I should bring her? I don't know, Easter? I don't know, Sunday morning service? I don't know, how about not the Mecca of fundamentalism, where we literally bring the hardest preachers in the country to preach about everything the Bible teaches controversial, and you're like, that's the sermon I'm bringing my boss to. Finally talk my boss into coming to church. I'm bringing him on when Pastor Anderson's preaching. It's like, really? Number one, realize that red hot preaching is not for everyone.